Alright, this is Unit 7. Today's learning target is I can divide 2-digit by 4-digit division problems. Alright, I would like you to just watch the first couple problems. It's going to be very similar to yesterday's problems. So if I have the number 32 divided by 8,608. First step is to write down my multiples. I'm going to write 32, 64, 96. Okay, now I need to know what 32 times 4 is. It's 128. 32 times 5. It's 160. 32 times 6. It's 192. Alright, now that I have my multiples, I'm ready to divide. So I'm going to start. How many times does 32 go into 86? Well, that would be 2 times, because 32 times 2 is 64. Subtract 6 minus 4 is 2. 8 minus 6 is 2. Bring down my 0. Okay, that tells me I need to multiply higher than 6. So I'm going to do 32 times 7. And that's 224. So I know that that number is too high, so I need to go in times 6, which would be 192. Subtract. 10 minus 2 is 8. Can't do that. 11 minus 2, or 11 minus 9 is 2. Bring down my 8. Now I have 288. I need to multiply again. 32 times 8. 8 times 2 is 16. That's 25. I can multiply one more time. 32 times 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 27, 28. So that's 288. So 32 times 9 is 288. Subtract and I get 0. So my answer is 269. Alright, let's try one more that you're just going to watch. Okay, so my first step is to write down all my multiples. 24 times 1 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48. 24 times 3, that's 72. 24 times 4 is 96. 24 times 5, it's 120. Alright, let's try that. So 24 goes into 78 3 times, and that's 72. Subtract, I get 6. Bring down the 0, and I have 60. That only goes in 2 times. 24 times 2 is 48. Subtract. 10 minus 8 is 2. 5 minus 4 is 1. Bring down my 0. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 24 times 5 is 120. Subtract, I get 0. There are no other numbers to bring down, so my answer is 325. Alright, next I want you to do these two problems with me. Alright, we're going to do 14 divided by 9,856. So I need to write all my multiples of 14 first. So I have 14, 28. Okay, now I don't know what 14 times 3 is, so I'm going to do that. That's 42. 14 times 4. It's 56. 14 times 5. That's 70. 14 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. That's 84. Alright, let's see if going up to 6 digits is good enough. Otherwise, we'll add on. So 14 goes into 98. Oops, we see right away we have to go higher than that. So 14 times 7. Oh, it goes in perfectly. So 14 times 7 is actually 98. Subtract. I get 0. Bring down my 5. Now, I can't do 5 divided by 14 because 5 is smaller. So I place a 0. Then I bring down my 6. Now I have 56 divided by 14. I see 56 here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 56 divided by 14 would be 4, because 14 times 4 is 56. Subtract, I get 0. Alright, let's try this one together as well. 14 divided by 9,142. Alright, so we have our multiples 14, 28, we wrote those ahead. 42, 56, 70, and 84. Alright, my first step is 91 divided by 14. How many times does 14 go into 91? That would be 6 times, because that's 84. So I divide, then I multiply, now I subtract. This becomes an 8, my 1 becomes an 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. Then my B stands for bring down, so now I have 74. How many times does 14 go into 74? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So that's my divide. Then I multiply. 14 times 5 is 70. Then I subtract. 4 minus 0 is 4. 7 minus 7 is 0. And I bring down my 2. Now I have 42 divided by 14. I see 42 right here, so 42 divided by 14 is 3. 14 times 3 is 42. After I multiply, I subtract. And is there anything else for me to bring down? Nope. So my answer is 653. Alright, let's try one more together. Alright, 7,876 divided by 22. I'm going to write my steps over here. And my first step is come up with all the multiples of 22. So 22 times 1 is 22. 22 times 2 is 44. 22 times 3 is 66. 22 times 4 is 88. 22 times 5, let's check that one. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. So we have 110. And then next would be 132. 154. Alright, so now we have our multiples. Now we're ready to start dividing. So I first have 78 divided by 22. How many times does 22 go into 78? That'd be 1, 2, 3 times. Now I multiply. 22 times 3 is 66. Then I subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. 7 minus 6 is 1. Then I bring down. Now I have 270 or 127. So how many times does 22 go into 127? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Then I multiply 22 times 5, which is 110. Subtract. 7, 2 minus 1 is 1. Then I bring down. It looks like I need to go one more higher. So I need 22 times 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 1 is 7. So 176 divided by 22 would be 8. 22 times 8 is 176. Subtract. Anything else to bring down? Then my answer is this. Alright, I'm going to give you 4 problems next to try on your own. Alright, so your problems are these 4 problems. Remember, your first step is to write out the multiples. So 36 times 1, 36 times 2, 36 times 3. Use an extra scratch piece of paper to write down all your facts or to multiply. Your second then is to start dividing using the steps divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Okay, when you're finished with these 4 problems, raise your hand to get a star. And then we're moving on to your homework today. Your homework today, again, you're going to have a bunch to cross out. So we are going to cross out number 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 13, 14, 18, 19, and 20. Alright, so that's the numbers that you can cross out on your homework page today. When you are finished today, you are working on IXL, division, and the numbers are on the board. If you have questions, raise your hand, otherwise get started.